Welcome to Point Blank, brought to you by Fitz Roofing. I'm Brandon Strange of Sports Map Houston, and that guy right there is Joel Blank of ESPN 97.5 and 92.5 is the press box. You can hear him weekdays. And if you haven't already, please hit subscribe on this channel. We really do appreciate all the support. Joel, welcome in. I wanted to talk to you about some Texans because the never-ending soap opera that is Deshaun Watson continues to churn, and we hear a lot of things from a lot of different people, and I wanted to get your opinion on kind of some of the stuff that people are saying. So the Texans have said officially that they're listening to offers. The other hand, Houston's Mark Berman says that they are definitely listening, but no one's engaging them. Quincy Avery, who's Deshaun's quarterback coach, was on Schefter's podcast last week. He said Deshaun would be traded by Sunday. That clearly did not happen. Ed Werder says that GMs won't do a deal until the cases are resolved. Ian Rappaport has said that there are teams interested, but they're not going to pay top dollar until, a lot of this plays out. So, Joel, I have to ask, after hearing all of that, who do you believe and what do you believe?
I believe that reality should hit for everybody because I don't believe anything's going to be done with Deshaun Watson for at least another year. That's why I can't believe he's in camp. I can't believe the Texans didn't do anything, if the NFL wouldn't, to keep him from camp, because the last thing a team that looks like it's going to be really, really bad needs is a circus of media so that they can highlight everything that shows how bad it's been instead of trying to figure out how do we move forward and put that behind us. I think that any general manager in the league trying to trade for Deshaun Watson right now really basically has a death wish, because why would you give up your future and picks and young players when you don't know if this guy is ever going to be on the field for you if any of these cases come to fruition, or at best case scenario, because of the fact that he won't be deposed till 2022, if any of them go the full length of the court proceedings, he won't play this year anyway and possibly till next year. On the Texans side, he's your most valuable asset. So you need to be very careful to make sure you do get top dollar for him and all the value you can. Right now, he doesn't have that, and you shouldn't be in a hurry because, as you and I have talked about, Brandon, for this next season, they need to be bad for one more year to get the maximum amount of draft picks at the highest level. They also need to see where everybody else is drafting so that when they're dealing with teams, they're not dealing with a team that if they get a quarterback could be so good that the picks are bad, a la James Harden's trade with the Houston Rockets when he was sent to Brooklyn and you ended up with picks in the 20s instead of lottery picks and picks that were higher that could help you with more immediacy.
So Mike Florio had one of the more interesting or bold ideas that he proposed. And before we get into that, give us a word from Fitz Roofing.
Oh, we love the people at Fitz Roofing. Look, Corey and his staff are fantastic. They love the people of Houston, and they show it by being dedicated. They have the best ratings in the business, the best warranties, and they use the best products. Simply put, all it takes is a phone call, 832-521-3001. They do a free, no-obligation inspection where they come to you and tell you what they can do, and it costs you absolutely nothing. You can also check them out, fitzroofing.com. Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
So Mike Florio posited a theory this week. He is saying that maybe there's a possibility that perhaps the Texans could be involved in a trade in which they trade for conditional picks, in which they engage a team and a team trades with them for Deshaun, and then the value of those picks, I guess, is conditioned on Deshaun's availability and kind of when all this plays out. Do you think that's logical? Would any team actually want to tie up their draft capital on a conditional deal tied to a court case in the legal system?
It really depends on how that team values Deshaun Watson and how close they think they are to really taking it to the next level. And if Deshaun Watson is the only possible solution out there that could take them to where they need to go, because I don't think that any team in this league, and we know Denver and Miami and Philadelphia have been at top of the list in terms of teams interested in Deshaun or Aaron Rodgers or quarterbacks. I don't think any of those three general managers are sitting there thinking, you know what, of all the available possibilities at quarterback, I want to go after the guy that might be tied up in court and legal issues for the next 6 months to a year and a half. It doesn't make sense, because you might be giving up conditional draft picks for the next draft coming up this next summer, and it still might not be solved, Brandon. So it really makes no sense to even have that discussion. I appreciate the creativity of Mike Florio, but let's be honest. I mean, we're talking 2022, and we don't know exactly when all of this, after he's deposed, will take to get over with. I just don't think if you're Nick Caserio, you can afford to screw up your best asset. And that's why I don't even think he should be on the practice field right now, because we knew the last time he was on the practice field and got hurt, it was a non-contact drill. You could get hurt playing safety on the scout team just as easily if no one touches you, and therefore your damaged goods and your value goes down again. I think the Texans need to play this a different way, and they need to be patient and let it all play out.